If you want to manipulate data without coding using automations, then this is the video for you. In this tutorial, I am going to show you how to use Make to do basic data manipulations. I'm using a previous project where I take form input from Tally and I add it to a Google Sheet. But before adding it to a Google Sheet, we're going to do some data manipulations as an example to show you how to do it. I have already set up my project. If you haven't seen a previous video, I show you how to take form input from Tally and add it to Google Sheets using an automated workflow. What we're going to do today is use some functions to manipulate the data before we actually add it to the Google Sheets. What you can see here is we're watching for new responses from Tally. I have my form right here. We're watching for new responses and then we add it to Google Sheets. But when we add it to Google Sheets, what I've actually done is use some functions to be able to manipulate the data. So what you can see here, if I just click in this E row, what you can actually see is we have the data from Tally in our first module. But if we click up here, we can see general functions. And what we can see is different functions that allow us to begin to manipulate data. Make also has the ability to do math functions and text functions and even date and time functions. But we're just going to focus on a couple of these general functions for now. We're going to focus on the get, if empty, and switch. To begin with, we are going to focus on the if. If is a function, and actually if we hover over this, you can actually see how it works, that returns a value A if true and a value B if it's not true. So here I take my input from my form, and if the name equals Dominic, what we're going to add to the Google Sheets is hello Dominic. And if it doesn't equal Dominic, which is here, it's going to say hello unknown. Just to hover over this again, just to show you. So what you can see, if 1 equals 1, so for me this is if the answer to the first question of what is your name or what is your first name equals Dominic, that is my expression. If that's true, it's going to say A, hello Dominic. And if it's not true, it's going to say B, hello unknown. So we're just going to test that right now. So I'm going to go to my form. What is your first name? Let's just say Dom. I have to answer these. We're going to hit submit. And something I didn't do, I didn't run it. So use existing data. So we're going to go this, and you can see here, it says hello unknown because I put Dom. If I just show you here, what you can see, what is your first name? Dom. And because of the function we're using here, it manipulates that data to say hello unknown. Next, we are going to look at the get function, and this works specifically for arrays. So what I have here, if I refresh this, I have a drop down where you can select multiple fields. And what that looks like in Make, if we go down, we can see what subscription do you have, and because it's a drop down where you can select multiple fields, it comes to Make as an array, which is basically just a list of data rather than just one answer. And you can see it says 1 bronze, 2 silver. What the get function does, it allows you to get a specific item in the array. So here I'm telling it to get the second item in the array. If we click here, go to get, you can see that it returns the value path of an object or array. So I've said here you will outline the array. You'll say what you will say basically, where is the list? For me, it's what subscription do you have? And I tell it, you can do 1 + 1, but I tell it just get the second item, or you can specify what item in particular that you want. And so we're going to test this. Silver and gold, let's say 5. I am going to run this once, hit submit. And what you can see, if we go to our array, what subscription do you have? Silver and gold. It says hello Dominic this time because the name I put was Dominic, but you can see it gets the second item in the array, which is gold. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one is the ifEmpty function. The ifEmpty function returns value A if the value is not empty, and value B if the value is empty. So here on my form, the user can put a rating, but this is not compulsory, so they can actually skip this part. So if it's empty, it's going to return value A, I believe, and if it's not empty, it's going to return value B. Just to double check that. Yeah, if empty, it returns value 1. If it's not empty, it reverses value 2 if it's empty. And so what we're going to do, we're going to run once. And I'm just going to put my name. And I'm going to make, it's going to be empty for now. And I'm going to hit submit. You can see that goes through successfully. And you can see it says no rating. If I just show you the function again. You can see it says no rating. If it's empty, it shows no rating. And so what we're going to do next is the last one, which is switch. So it compares the expression, and I want to show you this. It compares the expression. So first you have an expression, and it compares the expression that is shown with a value and a result. So this will make a little bit more sense a little bit later. So if the expression is bad, if it says bad, the value 1 would be bad, and the result to value 1 would be 4. And it goes through each of them, and it compares the expression against the list of values and returns the result. Just to show you what this looks like. So here, where I have this switch, the value of bad lines up to the result of 4. So if the answer to the feedback question says bad, then in my Google spreadsheet it's going to say 4. This may make more sense visually. So we're just going to fill this in, and I am going to say bad. Just going to press run once, hit submit. That's gone through successfully, and you can see right here that it shows 4. Now it doesn't make entire sense for it to show 4, but I'm just demonstrating how the functions work for you right now. We're going to do this again, but we're going to say amazing. Before I hit submit, I'll hit submit first. So you can see that goes through successfully, and this time it says free. Why does it say free? Because when we go to our switch function, you can see the value of amazing result is free. These are the basic general functions that you can use with Make. It allows you to add complex functionality to your automations, especially when you're sending data to other services. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, or feel free to reach out to me on social media.